This week's Torah portion, Parashat Nitzavim, is always read on the Sabbath before Rosh Hashanah. At the border of the Promised Land, Moses tells the Israelites, Atem Nitzavim Hayom Kolchem. You are all standing here today before the Lord your God, the heads of your tribes, your elders, your officers, every person of Israel. Our sages understand Moses to mean you are still standing. Moses was trying to encourage the Israelites, who were just shell-shocked by the litany of fearsome admonitions that were read at the end of last week's Torah portion. They had become weak-kneed as they absorbed the terrible consequences of straying from God's command. Moses had seen this, and he reassured them by saying, Atem nitzavim hayom, but you're still standing here today in spite of everything you endured over the past 40 years in the wilderness. In spite of all of the numerous trials and tribulations, you're still standing. You're still here. You'll likewise be able to endure whatever future challenges you face and again emerge standing. Moses' words are so resonant today. Like those Israelites thousands of years ago, we are the ones left standing. An extended pandemic still taking hundreds of lives each day. Hurricane Fiona pummeling Puerto Rico, just the latest in a long series of extreme weather events driven by a changing global climate. Wildfires again ravaging the West and Northwest. Still elevated levels of violent crime in major cities and urban centers, the rise of autocracy, the decline of democracy worldwide, the unpredictable outcomes of a war in Ukraine that has already caused so much devastation and suffering, and here we are, deeply shaken, perhaps feeling more lucky than deserving, but still standing. A second rabbinic interpretation maintains that after the people heard the terms of God's covenant, after they heard the blessings and curses, they responded with silence. Moses understood their silence as affirmation, their quiet as resolve to march forward toward their destiny. These two explanations are not mutually exclusive. Perhaps the realization of how tenuous their lives were compelled the Israelites to rededicate themselves to living lives of purpose, ideals, and mission. Perhaps that's why this particular Torah portion is always read on the last Shabbat of the year. Rosh Hashanah begins this Sunday evening, and soon we too will be standing before God. As we evaluate the tenuous, uncertain nature of our own existence, let that unease drive us not towards despair and cynicism, but to a life of purpose, a life of mission, a life of meaning. While we are still standing, this season challenges us to reflect upon what it is we stand for. A Shabbat Shalom and a Shana Tova. Warm wishes for a sweet, healthy, productive new year to you and to all of your loved ones.